back to it, you can hear what it sounds like. But I wish there was a easy way to make you guys hear it during too, because it's. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. All right.
Agreed. It is the hotness.
Okay, we are streaming. We're live on Twitch. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo! Yay!
I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master, here on So Many Levels. Tonight, we have our full regular party, and that means Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric Copperbeard.
Good evening and welcome. Hello.
Starla Hutchton as Nirakina Ethu.
Greetings and salutations.
Vivid Muse as Amethyst.
Good evening.
And Chooch Schubert as Otterkey.
Hello, hello.
I just realized, Otterkey, your window's a little bit smaller than the others. I'll make it big so it's the same. All right. So, it's nice to have everybody this time. So let's briefly discuss what happened last week. Basically, you guys started the session just coming off of a rather unpleasant encounter with some scavenger mercenaries. But then you went into the Stone Giant Vault. You de-petrified one of the Stone Giants, in particular the cleric of that little community, and then discussed with her what she knew of the situation and what plans might be available for restoring everybody. There was also kind of an uncomfortable conversation when it became clear that this cleric didn't know about the situation with the spirit being imprisoned in the statue and able to be controlled with the rod. That was news, and not welcome news. And so there was some discussion about it would be nice to be able to free the spirit if possible, maybe, but nobody really knows how to do that. And it was something that the cleric felt best kept within the Stone Giant circles. That's kind of a matter for their community to discuss, is how she put it. But in this overall discussion and in asking for some advice from Carrot, from the Carrot and Stick, Doke's mom, you ended up summoning her. She's skidded over there on her boots of speed and dispelled the magic circle for a very reasonable price, and that essentially saves the day. Now, the Stone Giants were only just waking up very slowly as we left, but essentially the petrification circle is dispelled. All of the Stone Giants are going to wake up. The Stone Giant cleric decided to reward you with a magic mirror, which can scry, and I told you that I was going to make the magic item for you in D&D Beyond, and I forgot. So if you end up wanting to use it, we'll do that in real time. But in the meantime, you do have that. You also questioned the halfling prisoner you had taken. She seemed to know something about the situation, even if she was also a little crazy. And as you guys determined, that was pretty much the situation. She was maybe more than a little crazy, but did know something, or at least seemed to. It's hard to know her perception of what was going on. Probably the most useful bit of information that she had to share was her impression that the whole thing of the Fae and the demons and all of that was really actually just there was another party involved that was something. And her position was essentially that you guys, in doing what you're going to try to do, were just going to make the situation worse, and that's why she told the mercenaries to kill you. You managed to get through to her just briefly, but her madness was not so easily overcome, and she escaped magically. And you decided to let her go. Now, one thing that I want to briefly address, because you guys we kind of montaged your way out of the city a little bit. We did not ultimately address how you want to deal with the dragon carcass. It was mentioned earlier on with when Carrot was there, but then everyone kind of just forgot as you were actually leaving. Now, we can briefly, since we kind of montaged our way out, we could sort of retcon that there was something, but I don't. It seems like you guys don't really have, like, it's more a matter of, like, in theory it's worth something, but none of you are personally very invested in it. That was kind of my impression.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could find a cart or something, but yeah, like, I mean, it seems like getting a little bit too into the weeds there.
Yeah, because you guys left with the idea that Doke, your young dragonborn companion, having overheard this whole conversation with the halfling, is a little spooked. Basically, him learning that the secret you guys had all been keeping from him is basically that the world's likely to end unless you guys can do something about it, which may in and of itself be not very fun. And so he's a little spooked, and he kind of wanted to get home, and so you guys were kind of leaving more or less like, yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here. Yeah. And so you kind of just left it behind.
Does anyone know, or is there a check we can do on if there's any? Because I hate, you know me, I hate to just leave the carcass there to just rot and be wasted. Is there anything that we can harvest, so to speak, that we can utilize later, like dragon skin for armor, or like is there any knowledge within our group?
The answer is yes, but not fast.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of why, first of all, like that's, it was partly done because that's what the mercenaries were in the process of doing while you guys, when you came across them, right?
Right.
And so if you wanted to say that you guys went and spent an hour and a half getting a little bit of it, we can maybe do a roll or two and see if you get something from it, if you want. Otherwise, it seemed like you guys were just on your way out, so...
Don't we know?
Yeah, but they didn't have the druid actually with them.
True.
Peace, y'all.
We do know some people who have a better chance at understanding how to turn raw materials into useful items. Doke's parents. His moms are both good at magical gathering and transformation.
Although,
maybe we could say it's here.
One of the things, Carrot, because you did ask her about it when she was there, and what she basically said is some of those items on the dragon carcass would definitely be valuable, although she doesn't usually work with, as she puts it, the gooey bits.
Right.
Yeah, that would be like alchemy and stuff, right?
Yeah, so that said, they would definitely, lots of those things would likely be valuable.
Well, and this, if I recall, this one didn't have teeth. And I hold up the dragon's dagger.
It had teeth.
If the dagger can be made into something like that, then maybe we could get out a few teeth at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't mind having a tooth, just to have.
Sure.
Didn't Mira take a claw?
Jewelry.
Yeah, I think.
Nice enough for,
I think Mira took a claw.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Town, right?
Yeah, when we first killed it, I was like, just give me a tooth or something. Yeah, because I was mostly dead.
All right. Well, so how about this? Like, you guys, first of all, you know that you. I don't know how you want to handle it. Basically, as if you guys seemed like you left in a hurry, which is why you forgot at the end of last time. So if you really want to say, either we spent half an hour on it at some point and now I have X, or you want to go back or something, you tell me.
Well, I think like half an hour probably isn't too terribly much time, right?
No.
Like, would that be okay?
Oh, yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying you're not going to skin the whole thing in half.
Right.
No, right, absolutely. Yeah, just something so that it's not wasted, since we killed the people that were going to actually make use of it.
Sure.
Now I'm kind of torn. The two people we have met in Ushbithra, that's it. The two sellers. I'm sure that one of them, the weapon maker, wouldn't mind some of those teeth or fangs even, or the claws even, maybe to make handles out of. But the other probably would work well with the leather. Maybe
Yeah.
we.
I don't know. Do we think we can get the entire head in half an hour?
Oh my god! Can you imagine walking around with that?
The head was pretty big. That would be hard to carry without without a wagon or
Okay, so
something.
that's
House
not
without
gonna
a
fit
trace.
in the bag.
Mm-mm.
So how about this? Anyone who
Roll for
wants
it.
to harvest something from the dragon carcass can tell me what you're going for, and then roll survival or medicine, and we'll see what you get.
All right. Did it have? I can't remember. Did it have little legs, like a bunch of them?
Yeah, it had like centipede legs.
They taste like buffalo wings.
If let's see, Mark seems more interested in the teeth, and I think Nero already has one. So I'm gonna, hack off a few legs, I guess.
Okay.
So you said medicine or what?
Survival.
Survival. Medicine, I have a much higher thing, so we'll do that. That is a 14.
Okay, yeah. I would say you get sort of one leg more or less intact, and a second one that it's kind of, the armor plating on it is sort of shattered about halfway down it. So you get like the end part with the foot claw thing, but not like the whole leg with the joint for the second one. So 1.5
That's fair.
cave dragon legs.
Yeah, not bad.
I will try to wrench one of these teeth out. This is going to go badly.
All right.
Think positive.
Let's call it survival, but they're both bad. Oh, that's a 15.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, the teeth are generally easier because, it's like the tooth itself is really hard and it's not complicated. You just kind of have to cut it out. So yeah, I'll say you get 3 dragon teeth with a 15.
I think dragon hide for me.
Okay. Dragon hide, you're probably not going to get as much in a short period of time that you guys are doing it, but I'll also say that you're going to get more than you would because it was partially butchered before. So go ahead and make a roll.
20.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You get, I'm thinking units. You get 20 pounds of dragon hide.
Nice.
It's sort of
Like a
just
fine cut.
it's not like a really pretty color. It's kind of just very dark brown to it, but it's very tough.
No, that's great. I don't need fancy. I'm a druid.
All right.
20 pounds, you said?
Yep. To put a totally non-arbitrary number on it.
I'm just trying to figure out. Plug it in my character sheet.
All right. How about you, Otterkey? Are you...
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Okay, so in flashback land, you guys did all that. But then making your way back out of the stone giant city and across the golden plains, and to refresh everyone's memory, this is just this tall gold yellow grass just as far as the eye can see. It comes up to it's always about at least 4 feet tall. Some places it's even taller, but there's kind of a road that goes through it that's pretty navigable. But this grass is just everywhere as far as you can see, covering pretty much everything. And Doak had previously told you that basically it has to be kept back. Anyone who farms or anything like that needs to make sure they clear it away, because otherwise it's pretty invasive and will take over just about anything. And in fact, that's kind of how the Golden Plains got its name, is because this grass just takes over anywhere that you don't keep it back. But it's windy, it's a little bit cool, it's getting towards the evening now, but you guys are, know you only have a few hours left to get back to, where the carrot and stick is, and you're making your way through. And this is where you heard a little sound in the grass, and it turned out to be this little critter. It looks like a rabbit, but 2.5 feet tall when it's kind of sitting up on its haunches, and with a 1 foot long unicorn-like horn on it, and it had the note. And the note said, "Remember, knuckleheads, the shell game isn't about the shells, it's about the pea. Doesn't matter what happens to the shells as long as you got the pea. Because the pea is never really under the shells, is it?"
You folks have never heard of normal mail, have you? Birds have dropped stones on your heads. Other things have danced their net message to you, I think.
So I am full on now, sitting on the ground, just playing with the bunny.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, here's the note. I'm just gonna chill for a while, knowing that it's knowing who we suspect who it's from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like all about the bunny.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check.
Animal handling. This is why I meant to print off my page. Sorry, guys. I rolled
Okay.
a 13, but I can't see my mod right now. I'm trying to find it.
Well, it's wisdom at least if you're not also proficient. But
Animal hand. Oh, that's 20. It's a +7.
yeah, see, I was gonna say I was pretty sure
It had to be high, right?
Yeah,
It would have been
yeah.
dumb not to.
This you get the sense that this critter, which I'll say that it feels familiar to you, even though you can't really recall where you would have ever seen one before.
Mm-hmm.
You would know that these things typically would be very skittish, and they would probably avoid any larger creatures as a normal behavior.
Right.
But this one did seem to come straight to you guys, and even though it was acting a little nervous, you are able to calm it, and it's cuddling right up next to you, kind of nuzzling you.
Wow.
So that's cute and all, but can you talk to that thing, Amethyst?
I let me see if I have anything equipped to talk to. Animal friendship. Speak with animals. Hey. Hey, you. Yeah, I can for 10 minutes. Let's see.
Are you casting the spell?
and yeah, it's with my staff, so there's not a chart. I mean, a thing or anything. I was just reading the description of it. It's limited by their intelligence.
Yeah. So I mean, you can speak with them, but it doesn't magically make them able to understand complex concepts or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. What do you want me to ask it, Nira?
Was it the magical creature?
Ask who sent it. Because, I mean, I think we know, but it'd be nice to have some confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I ask if it knows who sent it. If it knows anything, like where it came from or anything.
I followed the little red furred one, and he tied the thing to my horn and said I would make new friends here.
Mugen.
I don't really know where here is. It's very different from my home.
Oh no. How did it get here?
I don't know. Well, you didn't article.
Yeah.
If you pass that on.
Yeah. I'll pass on anything they ask. We got 10 minutes, guys. Let's interrogate the bunny.
It's
kidding.
it's sitting up and kind of looking at you, kind of like in this photo here, ears folded down, and he's twitching his little nose.
That is a conversation I've had in the last day or so.
So I conjure up the appropriate bunny chow and water for it, not knowing how far it's traveled.
Okay. With conjure food and water, or the? I mean, are you? How are
Just
you?
like whatever we have handy. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
I
Well,
don't
you
have
said
conjure
conjure
food.
up, so I was like, if
I
you guys
was
actually have rations or something.
I meant the more mundane style of conjure up. I'm sorry, I forgot the magic aspect of the game for a second. Yeah,
Okay.
just like a little cup of water and whatever.
Yeah, it drinks the water. I think you probably have maybe like what like you guys haven't really
We might have
dealt with.
leftover dragon steak.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it's not interested in that. I
No.
think if you had other things like jerky or like
yeah,
Good berries.
yeah. Good berries
stuff
are
like
always on tap with me around.
it eats a good berry.
Cool.
So, where did it come from?
It doesn't really know. It knows that it followed the Redford one. So that's got to be our friend Mugen. That's certainly the type of language our Mugen would use.
Well, this thing's not that big. It must not have traveled too far, and it started scanning the horizon. Which
Given
direction
that
did
we
it come
shot across the continent in like seconds, like
Yeah.
not discounting travel speed of anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
this might have fallen through a hole in the world, maybe, but did it travel through a hole in the world?
Did it come on its own? Would be a better question.
I mean, it said it followed the Redford
Oh.
one. I don't know how
Yeah.
much more it can tell
maybe-
us as far
Well,
as knowing.
so-
I mean, it's
Let's, for the sake of the role play, let's
Okay.
say I will respond as this little critter to what Amethyst asks. So, if I'm not just going to respond to all these questions unless they're passed on directly.
were you nearby, or did you just appear out of a hole or a bag, or do you know anything?
I don't know. There was a bright light. I was in the mountains, and then I was here.
So I just relay all this to them.
The mountains. I wonder which mountains.
I don't think it would be able to say.
No, I think
What about getting back? Does it have a way to get back?
Do you know how to get back to where you were?
I don't know. The Redford one said I would find friends here, and I needed some friends. I was all alone.
Oh, so I relay that to him, and I put like a little protective little hand over a little friend. My little friend. I don't know if it's their friend yet.
why was it all alone? What do they call them? A group, a pod, a collection, a sack of rabbit horns.
Raj.
Grouping unicorns is a blessing. So, what could that be?
A nest.
So I'm just going to ask: did something happen to its family? Is it okay? Did something happen to it? Was it hurt?
I
Why is it alone?
I just went out looking for food one day, and then the den was empty when I came back.
Oh,
Hunters, maybe.
Somebody that might want a magical creature for a magical item or something like that, and
You're never gonna let that go.
probably
ooh, you think
not.
this is worth something? Maybe
Yeah.
the horn.
I don't know about you, Archie, but I'm not fighting her over this. Mm-mm.
So I'm going to cast Wall of Thorns between Archie and myself with the Almirage.
All right.
All right.
And it's going to, let's see. Yeah, 5 foot thick, and I would like it to encircle Archie. Yeah. 20 feet high, 20 foot diameter, 5 feet thick. Blocks line of sight. Bamf.
Yes. So
Alright.
a wall of thorns emerges from the ground, crawls up around, and makes a dramatic and very clear message.
Clearly not worth anything on the market. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that I can lower the ferocity of that and leave out the 78 piercing damage and just make just the
Yeah, if it's
closure.
around,
Yeah. Well, we can say you have it as dramatic but non-injurious.
Non-lethal.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah.
Literally a bunny. I mean, come on. A bunny.
Doke,
That's-
oohs and ahs at your wall of thorns.
Not the bunny.
That's so
but the wall of
cool.
thorns.
Well,
Thanks.
he's interested in the bunny too, but it's just an animal as far as he can tell. He doesn't know.
Oh.
It's like it's weird,
So-
but you
yeah.
guys have seen a lot of weird stuff recently.
So I relay that it doesn't have anyone, that its family's gone, and that I would, like to take it in as a friend since it came with Mugen's, kind of blessing, so to speak.
Yeah.
In this message, anyway.
So I look up at Nero with big, big eyes and say, "Can I keep her?"
Fine, but you're in charge of feeding and cleaning up after it. The second I have to clean up poop, we're done.
I mean, I basically have to feed and clean up after you guys, so what's a little bun in addition
Just
to that?
as almost as if summoned, the little bunny drops a couple of little pellets.
I pick him up and I flick him at the wall of thorns.
Boing.
All right. What do we make of the message, at least?
Well,
Is it
Logan's
a
alive.
straightforward? Well, we didn't really doubt that too much. I mean, he disappeared. But just from
Well,
my
but
history,
now we
he
have
does
proof.
that. All right.
If we believe that it's from Mugen and I'm going to, then it's a wonderful sign that he's still alive and that he's still out there. And he somehow knows what's going on with us.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Was it Melicant that we had asked to seek him out? I feel like there was someone that we had
Yeah.
said to keep
Yeah.
an eye out for.
She had said that when she was scrying on the rest of you, like before she contacted you at the lake, she had been trying to scry on all of you, and she said she didn't know where Mugen had gone. She couldn't find him.
Well, it's good to know he's safe, at least for the moment. But the message itself, it's interesting. I think we need to have a further discussion because I'm kind of look over at Doke. Maybe
Who's
after
Mugen?
dinner.
That is a
One of our
question I think
previous
anybody-
traveling companions.
And beyond that, none of us can really answer that question, I don't think.
Oh, Deke is still here too, right? We still have
Yeah,
Deke with
so
us. Yeah.
I didn't mention him in the sum up earlier, but yes, the current group of you all on the road here, surrounded by this tall yellow grass, is the four of you, your new little buddy, and Deke and Doke. Deke, the half orc employee of the Carrot and Stick, and Doke, young dragonborn.
So I'm going to ask the little Amaraj, do you have a name?
I don't have a name. We don't really use names with each other.
Is it okay if I call you Arwen?
Okay.
Thank you.
Nuzzles
And
you.
so then I totally nuzzle Arwen back.
Watch the horn. Watch the horn.
Oh, it's
It is a little tricky. You sort of like it. I mean, you just sort of have to remember that it's there because you can, kind
yeah.
of poke your eye out on it.
Poke your eye out, kid.
So let me get this straight. I'm now traveling with four beings with A names.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm starting to feel a little persecuted here.
And we have two D's with us in a moment too. So
Yeah.
We should probably keep moving. I'm a little disturbed actually. This bunny was able to find us. We shouldn't be really found that easily.
Well, given who it was that sent it, he's probably got an edge that most don't.
Yeah.
Probably.
Actually, as you guys are talking about this, suddenly Arwen, the Almirage, kind of freezes, does a little like that bunny sort of prey response thing, and then its ears are up.
Okay.
Is everything
That could
okay?
be good.
I'm assuming I'm still in my 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's getting close, but we'll say it's late, and it just says, "Something's out there."
Ooh.
Oh, great. Where?
Well, look around.
So I relay the message and just like let them know to be on point and that it doesn't seem to be friendly based on the response.
All right. I guess backs together. Weapons out.
You guys suddenly
I'll
notice
drop-
what
I'll drop all of
seems to be a
so that
crossbow
Archie's
bolt whizzes right past you, Amethyst, but misses.
Crossbows. Well, that's not too bad.
What do we
Everyone
know
can
here?
make a perception check.
Told you shouldn't have. Should have just killed her. Told you.
Shouldn't we use crossbow?
13.
13.
That's perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 22.
All right. So with the 22, you immediately, with your elven senses and reflexes, turn to look in the direction that this bolt came from, and about 80 feet away, you catch just the tiniest glimpse of a large, like 10-foot tall, big shape that just sort of disappears like smoke as you look at it. And we're rolling initiative.
Whoa. That was quick.
No.
Okay.
I love those words.
8 for Archie.
19.
I mean, I always hope my number will be low, but I love those words. 12.
3.
12, and then Alaric, you said 3?
23.
Oh, 23. Okay. So, let me switch to our other music here. Oops.
We
Okay.
haven't rested for a while, have we?
No.
It's fine.
Okay.
This is fine. Totally fine.
So,
It's fine.
what was I just... I feel like there was something else I was forgetting to... Oh, well, right, okay. I can switch us to the map, is one of the things that I can do. But
Doke and Deek too, right?
right, but what I want to say is you guys have a few seconds, now that you know combat is about to happen, to put yourselves in, like, a positioning. Like what sort of position you want to be in. So I'll switch to the map and you guys we can
Cool.
I would say in a circle back to back so we can see it all coming, but
We got this tall wheat here, right? Or tall grass. That's good to hide in.
yeah, but it's good for it to hide in too. I don't want to separate. Well, yet.
Yeah. We'll know when you want to separate because you'll be gone. You'll be halfway across the map and hitting us with lightning.
I'm gonna just. The grass is taller than me, I think.
it's always at least 4 feet. But you're sort of wide too, so like as you would be pushing it away, you're sort of you're not literally buried in it necessarily because you're clearing it to go in. But yes, it's pretty tall.
I'd like to try to hide just off the road then.
Okay. like here or something, just off the road.
Yeah.
All right, make a stealth check.
Oh, that was so close to that 20. 26.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so the rest of you are what position you want to be in. I mean, if just like this is fine, then fine. What I will say is, Deke looks like a fairly capable half-orc, but he is not armored or armed right now.
Switch me with the bunny corn. I'm sorry, it has a name now. My bad.
You can call it the bunny corn.
Totally. I'm down with that. I mean, as long as it's not racist or anything. And I
So
don't think it is.
just in case it's not clear to
think it is.
anybody, this is Arwen, this is Deke, Doak, and then of course Nira, Archie, Amethyst, Alaric.
All right.
All right.
I show in my inventory. I still have I have a battle axe.
Yeah, you're gonna toss that
I'll
to.
handle it to Deke, saying, "Can you use one of these?"
Oh yeah.
I'll toss him a battle axe.
All right.
Catches it with his head.
Dark.
And,
Dark is dark.
draw.
Okay, so, Alaric, you're actually first, but what I'm going to say is that your either bonus action or main action was to hide. So we're counting this as your first turn. So you've hidden. Are you doing anything else?
Which direction did the bolt come from?
From the north on this map.
I'm going to creep forward with my crossbow ready.
Can you either turn yourself up or speak up just a little bit, Mark?
I can do both, actually.
Perfect.
I have a lot of fan noise in the background because it's hot as hell here.
No, that's great.
Not that
Okay,
it's
so
hot.
you're creeping up a little bit.
Yeah. Just
Like
trying to keep an eye out. But I'll only go like 10 feet. Kind of a little further in to see if I see anything.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Oh, that's terrible. 9.
Now, the wind blowing through this tall grass is very disorienting. Like, so you are not really able to make anything else.
Okay. I'm just going to hold my crossbow then in case I see something.
Okay. So, you guys are. It is this thing's turn, and yeah, that'll do it. That's a 24 to hit you, Amethyst.
Shit.
Yeah. A crossbow bolt hits you, and you take first. You take 14 piercing damage as this bolt strikes you. And it's not any additional damage, but as the bolt hits you, and then it doesn't like, as you pull it away, the wound sears with a brief little burst of like fiery pain to it, that you're not really sure what that's about. But that's the damage. And so all of you, I'll say, I'll go ahead and say everybody sees this, that revealed when the crossbow fired, you guys see this thing. It is like 10 foot tall, supernaturally just beefy, bulky, almost dwarf-like proportions, but so big, with giant tusk-like things on it. And you see it firing the crossbow and then dissolving into smoke again.
Can I fire before it dissolves?
You did say you were holding your action. Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Crossbow. That is a 14.
14 is a miss, unfortunately.
Hmm.
All right. So, that is That is its
Oh,
turn.
was I still hidden?
Well, you would have revealed yourself when you fired.
But I would be hidden for the attack.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you would be attacking with
So,
advantage because you were hidden.
advantage.
Yes.
Oh, that's better. That's 25.
Okay. Yeah, 25 does hit. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll damage, and you see it. All of you see it starting to like dissolve, but then as Alaric's crossbow bolt hits it, that process seems to stop, and it stays visible.
And sneak attack? 'Cause I was hidden.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. That is 17 points of piercing damage.
All right. All right.
Nice.
It is not magical, correct?
No.
Right. Okay. So you see it sort of grunt and laugh a little bit.
Not usually the response. Quick, Amethyst, grunt and laugh.
All
That's
right.
perfectly the response.
All right. It is Doke's turn. If I can have get my thing up here. You know what? I'm going to ask that. Oh, never mind. I'll just keep doing it. Doke is going to cast. Let's see. He's going to cast Scorching Ray on it. Okay, so that's 3 rolls. So 21. Another 21. And an 8. So the first 2 hit. So he does 7 and 2 fire damage respectively. As he, reaches out his hand and these 2 fiery streams of, energy streak across the grass and strike it, leaving little smoldering trails as it passes through the tips of the tall grass. All right, Nira.
All right, so I'm going to call the lightning because it's so much fun, and using the wand of the War Mage doing
Okay.
it. So,
All right. The storm clouds form overhead, and you're calling lightning on this thing, I would imagine.
I can ride it though, can't I?
Well, you can. I'm just saying, where do you want it to land? Because if you strike it on yourself right now, you would you can move away so that it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt anybody.
Yeah, I want to step away so that I don't hurt anybody, and then
Get like that, and then bring yourself up into the lightning. All
so
right.
much fun.
Okay. It's Deke's turn, and he's holding the battle axe, but he's kind of saying, he kind of says, "I'm not sure running up toe to toe with that thing is the right move." So he is going to hold his action in case it comes within melee range. Amethyst.
I am going to cast Blight on it.
Okay. It makes a saving throw, correct?
Yes. It is. Sorry. I forgot that the sheet changed and I didn't restudy it. It makes a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It's pretty good at that. That's a 21.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunate.
So it still takes half damage.
Cool, so 8d8. 5th level. Okay, so 8d8. That's a lot of dice. So that's 11, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it takes 10 points. It takes half of that, so 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Necrotic damage.
Yeah. Yeah, this beam of green energy streaks across in an erratic pattern, and then strikes it, and you can see it, like the skin of its shoulder starting to like turn gray and ashy just a little bit, and it kind of snarls. All right. Okay. Are you gonna move or anything?
No, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. Archie?
Archie is going to use a bonus action and cast. No, come on, I just had it up. Shield of Faith on Deke,
Okay.
since he's an armorless half orc currently.
Mm-hmm.
So now he is armed and armored, and I'm gonna start charging at this thing
Great.
where I last saw it.
Well, no, it's still visible.
Oh, right, it's still there. That's right.
Yeah. So this is difficult terrain pushing through the grass, though.
Okay. Gotcha.
So regular movement will get you basically here.
Cool. Between me,
Yeah.
it,
Now,
and
if you
everything else,
dash,
I'm
you
good with
could go
that.
another 3 squares.
Yeah, but then I.
But
won't
well, you
do
also cast
anything
Shield of
once I
Faith. Is
get
Shield of
there,
Faith a
so-
bonus action?
It's a bonus action, yeah.
All right. So you still
So I can
technically have an
cast-
action.
Yeah. Well, I might as well. I might as well fire an arrow at it,
All right.
or I guess technically 2 arrows with my 2 attacks. So yeah. Yeah, even with my awesome bonuses, that's 10. for the
10
first
misses.
one. And 13.
13 also misses, unfortunately.
All right. All right, that's it for me.
All right.
For
Alaric, you're up again.
Okay, let's do a bunch of stuff.
yeah, stuff.
I'm going to use my, let's see. Is it 20 feet away from me? 25 feet away. It's a big creature. So.
It's 5, 10, 15, 20. It's large. I'd say
Okay.
20 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
So going deep in the grass. Natural 20.
All right.
So that is 32 to hide.
Alright.
And I'm
32
going
to hide? Is that what you... Wait.
32 is the total,
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to move the 20 feet up cautiously to it.
Okay. So it is difficult terrain. So,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't really... I had just said it with Archie.
You were not riveted to what I was doing every second.
Yeah. So
I'm insulted.
you're not able to move full speed through this tall grass.
Oh, crap. Okay. That's going to change everything.
Okay.
You know what? Then I won't hide.
Okay.
I will use my bonus action to dash.
All right.
So that gets me up to it. And I'll still have a little movement left over.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling out the dragon tooth dagger. Let's give this a
Okay.
try. Slash away. That is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Awesome. And I have my rakish audacity. So I have my sneak attack damage. I'm close to it. Oop, that's cocked. Okay. That is 20 regular damage
Wow.
and 1 point of poison damage.
Okay.
I will attack again
Mhm.
because I have 2 attacks. That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Not nearly as much damage this time. Oops. That is 9 regular damage, and 2 poison.
Okay.
And I think I have enough movement left to at least move 1 square, if not 2.
Yeah, you have 10 feet, so that's 1 square in the difficulty range.
So I just move back 10 feet.
All
or,
right.
well, 5 feet.
Okay. It is this thing's turn now, and you can see it's looking a little bit taken aback by how much you guys have done to it already, and so it pulls out a little like a strange glowing stone on its shoulder, and and you guys see poofing into the spaces near it 2 new creatures that are humanoid in size and shape, but they have these long beards that are made almost of like barbed snakes that seem prehensile and mobile, and they each have a glaive. And by the way, Archie, your fiend radar is ticking overtime right now.
Roger that.
All right. So it does that, and then it's gonna step up towards you, Alaric, and it is going to take a swing at you with this big, awful-looking dagger that it's got. It's a 27 to hit.
That hits. Nothing I can do about that.
And then 13 slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw. This is for poison, so you have advantage.
That is a 23.
23 is a success. You do still take half of the rolled damage, which will be...
Give me that dagger.
26 is the roll, so it would be 13. And are you actually resistant to poison damage, or just the advantage on the saving throws?
I am resistant as well.
Okay, so 6 poison damage on top of the slashing damage.
I have to double check that, but I will verify.
Right. Yeah, you get the sense that that's some nasty poison. And then, as you watch, after it stares at you and just glares down at you with its hate-filled eyes, it seems to dissolve into smoke.
Now that I'm real close to it, can I recognize it or have any other idea what it actually looks like? Husks was all I got before.
You've never seen anything like this. It does not seem natural at all.
Was it dressed as a humanoid, or is it just a...
It's got, like, armor. It's not like an animal, but it's clearly intelligent. It has armor. Did we lose Viv? What happened? So, but it's got gear on. It's using weapons. It appears to be intelligent, and it's like humanoid in shape, but it has these 2 big, like, it's almost like an elephant without a trunk made into a humanoid shape is what
Weird.
this thing is almost like. And carrying a big, nasty, gross-looking dagger and a crossbow.
Weird.
And you're close enough to realize that when it seemed to disappear, it is turning invisible, not actually vanishing. I mean, it's not gone, it's just invisible. But invisible's bad enough. Also, there's these 2 new things. And they actually... I didn't roll initiative for them, so I'm going to do that now. 17. Alright, so it is Doke's turn. And I think he's probably going to yell out. He's going to run up the road here a little bit. 25, 30. Yell out, Alaric, are you okay? And then,
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I think, let's see, what does he want to do? He's gonna just try a wild shot with with the firebolt at one of these things that appeared. That's pretty good. That's a 22, which hits. Definitely hits that thing, and it does. Oh. 13 fire damage to that one. All right. It's Doke's turn. Nira, you are in the lightning.
And I'm about to not be. I am going to come, because I can see from overhead, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to come down between where that thing used to be, and I think it's probably the one Doke just hit. The one closest to Archie. So, like, between those 2 points, I'm gonna
Like right here.
Down
Do you
one.
want it so like here to try to hit this thing and then maybe hit the other one? All right. The lightning crashes, strikes. Makes
Dexterity.
dexterity saving throw. That's a 19 for this guy here.
Yeah.
And a 19 for the invisible thing too, actually.
Okay, so I'm going to roll damage. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah, okay. Come back. And 23, so 11? Is that right? For half damage? 23 in half?
Yeah. So that's 11 for that one. 8, and then
Do they have to make a separate save to avoid the knockback effect? I'm looking for it on my thing.
no, I feel like that one. Yeah, it just happens. There's no opportunity.
You can also
attacks.
push it up to 10 feet
I
away.
don't know. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't make sense for there to be opportunity attacks in that situation. First of all, this thing, once it's hit by lightning, does reappear again.
Yeah, I think it was just the giant creatures that don't get pushed back.
Yeah. This one is large, and I don't remember if I don't remember if that one. We'll say it got pushed back this time. Maybe you can double check that for me.
Yeah.
I think it does. But okay, so that it did reappear and get pushed back and take half of that lightning damage, and it looks severely irritated right now.
Says to a large or smaller creature.
Yeah, great. Okay, so are you doing anything else?
Am I considered melee range of any of these guys?
Because I don't think I can shoot. You knocked them back.
I don't think I can shoot. I can't shoot back up until the lightning yet, can I?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to be in close combat with these guys, so I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna head back towards like Archie.
Okay.
And Doke.
Right. So you can move 3 squares. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Now it is these things' turn. This one is going to run up and attack you, Alaric. It first attacks you with its glaive. That's only a 9 to hit. But then these strange barbed snake-like things in its beard also lash out at you.
Okay, those I don't really want.
That's actually a 13 only.
That still misses.
Yeah. So it unfortunately for you, it misses both of its attacks.
Comb your beard, buddy.
This guy here is running up to Doke and going to do the same thing. That's a 19 to hit and and a 9 to hit. So the glaive hits for... where's my D8? There we go. For 7 piercing damage, and then he has to make a Constitution saving throw. Which is actually pretty good. Sorcerers are good at that. And so he succeeds that saving throw. Yeah. Wait, no. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the wrong thing. Okay. He did succeed. Yeah. Okay, so he took, 7 slashing damage. All right. All right. Trying to make this work on the D&D Beyond. All right, there we go. Okay, that's those 2 things. And now it is Deke's turn, and he just says, "Oh hell!" And he's gonna run up here and attack the attack that thing with his great axe. Well, not great axe. It was it a great axe, Archie? What you gave him?
Just battle axe.
Battle axe. Some great axes. Same thing. Wow, he
Okay,
crits.
axe.
He gets a critical hit. So that's going to be 2d12. That's going to be 17 slashing damage to that guy. That one is looking pretty hurt now. All right. Yep, that's it. Okay. Amethyst.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to conjure animals at a higher level. So
Okay.
I'm going to conjure, let's see, two level critters. I mean, CR.
Mm-hmm.
2 critters that are at a CR level 2. And they're going to be... We've still got all 3 of those guys on the field, or one of them's gone now? One of them's gone now.
No, they're
Oh,
both
no,
here.
there it is.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
So I'm gonna summon. What did I decide? I'm sorry. You're probably still waiting to hear what I'm summoning. and
I am.
forgot. Yeah,
Well,
I-
I still have your rhinos from the mercenary fight. If you
Oh, let's
wanted
use
to
the rhino.
those.
Let's use the rhinos.
All
Let's
right.
use the rhinos.
All right, where are they? Where do they show up?
One
Think of
is
the
over.
rhinos.
Well, they need that running speed thing. So let's see. They need to be 20 feet away. So 20 feet from the fat bastard in the upper right-hand corner.
All right.
And then 20 feet from the one that's attacking Deke and Duke, or whatever their names are. Doke?
Yeah.
Doke. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna put it. Here, let's put them down here. All right. I'm gonna say that's far enough. You get a sense that I'm just gonna rule that these things are big enough that the grass is not gonna prevent them from being able to do their charge attack.
Oh, cool.
Just because it's, otherwise, like if difficult terrain, they can only move half speed. It doesn't really make sense to do a charge attack. But I'll say that they still can.
Cool.
Okay, so roll initiative for the rhinos. Oops.
Do they have an initiative bonus? They don't, do they?
Well,
no.
It would be Dex if they don't have any other.
Dex. Okay, so one of them is 6 and the other one is 8.
Let's do the same. Whichever one was the first
Okay.
one.
6.
6. All right. Archie, your turn.
And to continue my charge towards the bad guy, when I'm 10 feet away, I'll use my bonus action to cast my Vow of Enmity,
Okay.
which gives me basically advantage
Mm-hmm.
for a minute. And although it's a fiend, I think I already have advantage.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It is definitely a fiend.
I do not want to do that. I do
Okay.
not want to do that. I want to. It's going to stay there. No, I'm already got my concentration going, so it's going to go up and attack.
Okay.
I will fully engage.
All right.
And do longsword attacks. Wow, I'm horrible. First one's a 12.
12 misses, unfortunately.
All right, how about 18 plus 6? That's better.
18 plus 6 definitely hits, yeah. And it is a fiend.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's plus 8. Anyways,
Still hits.
right. So that damage is 11 points of slashing magical damage, and I already used my bonus. No, I didn't end up using my bonus because so I can juice it up with. I'm still getting used to the tabs thing, like everybody else.
Yeah.
Give it a Wrathful Smite, which is an additional 1d6. 5 points of psychic damage. Additionally, if it's a creature, makes a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
Okay, wisdom saving throw?
Spell saves DC 16.
Yeah, it gets a 24.
Bully. Okay.
All right.
That's it for me.
Okay. So, that makes it the rhino's turn. Amethyst? You got your rhinos up.
Sorry. So yeah, they're gonna do the charge thing. It's
All right.
I think it's a Constitution. I'm sorry,
Well,
guys.
they still have to roll the attack, I think.
Oh, right, duh.
Yeah.
Okay, so, oh gosh, it's a 9.
Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, I think this thing, and this thing kind of actually sort of ducks around it like a bullfighter.
That's fair.
All right.
I mean, it was 20 feet away.
Yeah. The other one, is it attacking this guy down here?
Yes.
All right.
12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately, too. Yeah, so it kind of, it sort of moves, but it ducks out of the way.
Right on.
All right. That brings it back up to Alaric, your turn again.
Okay, so I have one of these pointy bearded guys right in front of me.
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to stab at thee.
All right.
That is a 24 to hit.
Okay, 24. Yeah, definitely hits.
And I use my rakish audacity to use my sneak attack. That is 21 points of magical piercing and 1 point of acid damage, not poison.
Okay. How much total? What's the total?
21.
Okay.
That's what I said.
For the
Yes.
damage,
For the
21
piercing. Yeah.
21 piercing.
That is magical because I'm
All
using
right.
the dragon tooth dagger. I will attempt to stab him again.
All right.
It's cocked. Crap. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. And that is 8 points of regular damage and 1 point of acid damage.
Okay.
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 And next, I'm going to back south diagonal, so towards the road, diagonal 1. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hide.
All right. You're pretty sure you're hidden.
I'm pretty sure I'm hidden. I'm doing good at that.
Right.
So I'm going to move. I got one more space to move.
Mm-hmm.
So I will move diagonal away from the road. So away
Like
from him and away from the road. Yeah.
All right. Okay, it is this thing's turn now. It seems to dissolve into smoke again, and you guys sense that it is moving away with a disengage action, and so it is you don't see it. I will let on your turns you could potentially make a perception check to see if you can get it, because there is the tall grass still, but this thing, it disengaged and it's invisible. So okay, Doke's turn. He is got this thing right up on him, and so he is actually going to use he turns his hands over and strikes them out towards this thing, and it has to make a strength saving throw, which it fails with a 12, and it is pushed back 5 feet away from him. And then he is gonna back up to here. All right. And then, all right, Nira.
Going back up in my little cloud.
All right. From up there, make a perception check.
Uh, 22.
Yeah, you get a sense that at least right now, this thing is it's basically right here. But you're not able to
tell
really,
anybody.
yeah. And that's just where it is right now. Okay. All right. Deke's turn. He's gonna try to do one more chop on this guy here. And he hits it. Wow, that's a high roll, and he kills it. As he slashes, and he slashes its throat with the battle axe. It screeches, makes this horrible sound, and it starts to like melt into tar, and it's just this horrible sulfurous smell as it just dissolves into a puddle of black goop.
Which battle axe did you give him? Apparently the loaded one.
And he just turns to you, like calls out to you, Archie. He's like, "This is a good one. Takes me back." All right, Amethyst.
I'm annoyed because I had a plan and now he's gone.
Now, like, you can make if you want, a perception check to get a sense if you can tell generally where he is. He would still make any attack with disadvantage. But without even that, like, unless you pass the perception check, you don't even know where you would be aiming.
What is everybody's health like?
Good.
I think no one's really taken a lot of damage yet. Alara took a little.
A little under half.
Oh, okay, more than I thought, but yeah.
Like I said, we hadn't rested, so I'm still wounded from the last battle. But go after him. Take him down. He shot you after all.
I mean, everybody shoots me eventually. Yeah, I'd like to do the perception check thingy.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
So, 19.
19. Yeah. Wait. No. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You didn't. You didn't quite see where he went. Like you saw a little bit of the path of the grass, but this thing, despite its size, is apparently very stealthy. I mean, the fact that it came up within crossbow range on you guys, it took you by surprise. Well, also being invisible helps.
Right. Yeah. That really helps.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're not sure enough where it is to be able to really try to attack it. It would be just sort of a random wild attack.
And Mark, you're down to less than half.
Yeah, but I'm all right for now.
Yeah. Rub some dirt in it. I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds since I can't find the dude. Because I've got some damage.
So what's the range for that? Has to be 30 feet, I think?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, yeah, everyone's fine. Yeah, you can...
Yeah. So... Oh, wait, no, it's a 60-foot range. Creatures in a 30-foot radius sphere.
But you can have the 30-foot radius sphere...
yeah, in the middle of us.
Like, be here, and I think you can get everybody.
Okay, so... That's... 18.
All right.
Health. Tia HP, which brings me up to full.
Nice.
All right. Doke is back up to full as well.
Cool.
All right.
I think that does not hit me right because I'm up in the cloud.
Correct.
And yeah, I didn't figure.
Yeah, you are not within 30 feet of the location there.
Very
I
low
am
cloud.
the storm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You're
The
good.
low-hanging cloud.
All right, so Archie, you can make a perception check to try to see where the big one went. If you, or there's also this guy, kind of over.
I'll make
your
a
shoulder.
I'll try a perception check though.
Alright.
It's horrible at it. Yeah, I got a 2.
Yeah, no.
Nice. So I'll turn around and
You saw it for like 2 steps and then gone.
Oh.
you. Ah!
Coming up, that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Sword swings. That is 27.
Okay.
first
Yeah,
one.
that one hits.
It does 16 points of damage.
Nice. That thing is looking really weak now.
And then second attack is a 22.
Okay. Yeah, both that hits too.
It does 15 points of damage.
Yeah, you kill it.
Nice.
Your long sword of righteous vengeance pierces its chest. You see its weird little prehensile beard things like trying to grab at it, but it's already losing strength and it starts to melt and it dissolves into a gross little puddle of tar-like goop. All right.
All right. And
okay.
yeah, I don't know where this other thing went, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep looking for it.
Yep. All right, it's the rhino's turn. There's no more visible things on the field, but you could have them look for the big one, I suppose. I mean, I just like with everyone else, I'll let you have them make a perception check if you want.
Yes, of course the rhinoceroses need to make a perception check. Passive. So it doesn't give me their perception was what? What did you say it was based off of?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Okay, so it's a +1.
The wiser than I am.
So 10 and 14.
No.
I mean, if I rolled a 19, yeah.
Yeah.
Womp. So they're just gonna kind of stay where they're at because they're kind of where people
Yeah,
are.
they're
Where
kind
this
of just
is
looking
right,
around,
we're
snorting
coming
into the tall grass.
back. Can they hold their action?
Yeah, they can. So they can hold an attack. They can't move, but
Right.
they could do a regular attack if it were to appear
Pop up
within
right
their range, or anything were to appear within their melee range.
If one of the known threats reappears, then they're gonna gore, but I'm gonna hold their action for now.
All right. Okay, so Alaric.
Well, might as well peek. I don't think I can see it, but I will give it a try. Oop, in the case. Oh, 24.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you see that it is still invisible, but right now it's standing about right here. So it's a good, what is that, 40 feet away maybe?
Okay.
10, 20, 30, 40, 45 feet away.
Damn, 45 feet still going to be a little too far. If I dash, does that mean I can make it 5 squares in total?
Yes.
Okay, I'll use my bonus to dash and use my
Alright.
movement to move 5 squares in that direction.
Pardon me, Archie. 3, 5.
I'm still really quietly, but and I will haul out the crossbow.
Okay. And you
It's
are
within
still
range,
attacking with disadvantage because it's invisible.
but I have advantage because I'm
You're hidden.
hidden.
Yep. Okay. So we'll it's a wash then.
So that is where the hell did we go? We could do 16 on the dice. That's pretty good. 24.
That hits, and it reappears.
Ooh, and sneak attack. So I was hidden. That is 13 points of piercing damage. Just regular though, not magical.
Okay. All right. That is okay. It's looking fairly weak now. Like you guys have given it a lot of injury so far. But that is actually its turn now. And it is going to raise its own crossbow at you, and it kind of growls in common and say, "Call that a crossbow?"
Give me yours, and we'll call it even.
That's a 25 to hit. It's shooting at you, Alaric.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And let's see. First you take, where is this? You take, that's not bad with the damage then. You take 8 piercing damage from the crossbow, and then it erupts in a blinding white flash of light. And so you're also going to take 8 radiant damage, and I need you and Archie and one of Amethyst's rhinos to make a dexterity saving throw to try to shield your eyes.
Sorry, how much damage was that?
So I think I said it was
There's 8 regular.
8 piercing damage, and then 7. No, I think I said. We'll say it's 15 total damage between the piercing and the radiant damage, and then the rhino, Archie, and you make a dexterity saving throw.
10 feet, you get a +4. Don't forget.
Oh, look at that.
And that goes for the rhino too. The rhino also gets +4.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, because I rolled a 1 and it has a -1, so I had a 0.
Well, that's still not going to be good enough, even with the +4.
Well, of course, but at least it's better than a 0.
Yeah.
So Penelope has 4 then.
Okay. That's a fail.
That is 10.
10 is also a fail. What about you, Archie?
Yeah, Mr. Master of Saves gets 10.
Okay, yeah, all 3 of you are currently blinded. Yeah, it was like a flashbang. This crossbow bolt went off in your face. And then all of the rest of you watch as it turns invisible again.
Womp womp.
All right.
That is a pretty spiffy crossbow there, Alaric. Just saying. I hope you
I
get
want
your
it.
hands on that.
Want that and his fancy dagger. This is copying me and doing it better.
I hate that. I hate it.
Right, let's see. Doak is going to run up a little bit this way, back up to Deke and make his own perception check. 10. Yeah, he doesn't know where it went. He is gonna, while he's there, though, anything else? No, he's just gonna hold a firebolt in case it appears. Okay. Nira, you're still in the storm cloud.
Can I make a perception check to find him?
Yes.
Ooh, I just rolled a natural 20.
Ooh.
That's my 7, so that's 27 total.
Dang.
So
Christiana's
this
so
is-
happy you
no,
rolled
well,
something.
so no, it's not that. It's more a matter of considering the rule of like the house rule of like, does a 20 always mean success? I think in this case it doesn't, because his stealth is actually 29.
Wow.
Wow.
That is
So
like
with
this
this-
thing.
Because I have a +7 to perception also, so it's still 27. Does that still fail? Because with 22, I sensed where he was.
Well, you did before. I'm having him roll a stealth roll each
Oh.
time he moves while invisible, and he's got a
Okay.
stealth of +11,
All right.
and he rolled high, so he got a
He's copying
29.
me.
Is what you were trying to beat.
I'm gonna
So-
sue this
Wow.
guy for like taking my image.
There's absolutely no way I could have hit that, but okay.
Well, hey,
That's not his problem.
Nope. Yeah. So, are you staying in the clouds for now?
Yeah, I will hold my action, and as soon as he reappears, I'm coming down.
All right.
If I can keep clear of everybody, I don't care about the
Sure.
rhinos.
Yeah. If anyone can, if anyone can find him, you guys have seen that. Like, if someone can hit him, he turns visible again until his turn comes up again. All right. Okay. It is Deke's turn. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to do kind of basically the same thing of like, if it appears within melee range, he'll hit it. He doesn't have any ranged options. Amethyst.
Yes. I am going to hold my action and cast confusion when... Did we kill those other dudes or did they disappear?
Yeah, no, well, they dissolved into goop.
Oh, right, goop. If big dude, if that bastard shows up again, then I want to cast confusion on him.
All right.
Does anybody have Dispel Magic besides me? Does anybody have that equipped?
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not currently.
I haven't used
That's
it
one that
once.
you
In my
can have, I think,
repertoire.
Archie. Right?
Yeah,
You
it's one
just
I can
don't
have. I just don't have
prepared
it. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
exactly.
All right. All right.
Do you think that would dispel him, Nara?
His invisibility, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be worth a shot, but, like, because nothing else we're doing right now is like, well, I guess we'll just
Archie,
twiddle my thumbs.
Make a history check, Archie. I don't think you're proficient, so it's just intelligence, but...
I believe so. Yeah, just +0. Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I'm only letting you make this roll because you explicitly studied up on demons and devils when you were at the Villa Nocta library. So you
Gotcha.
are starting to piece together, based on what you've seen it do, that this thing is an Orthon. It is a devil from the Nine Hells, and basically it's like a devil bounty hunter. Its whole thing is hunting down elusive targets and taking them down. It is expert
Sweet.
at tracking and stealth.
Dude, we are heroes of legend. It's taking that level to get us. Woo woo.
Yeah, I would
I like
certainly
him,
share
but it's
that.
stealing my image.
Yeah.
One additional note, Amethyst. When you did that heal of yourself, it didn't. This didn't interfere with your recovery, but you kind of vaguely realized that the wound that you took from that crossbow bolt before, there's a weird little mark left there.
Huh.
You can't really see. It's like in an awkward position. You can't really get it, like see it very well. But
Okay.
there's a mark on your skin where it was, even though the wound healed.
Arrow from Orthon.
Yeah.
It's always getting marked.
You know me.
All right. So
You know me.
Amethyst is holding confusion in case the thing shows up.
Yes, she's
Archie,
on
what about you?
confusion.
Um. I was gonna see. I was reading up my divine sense again to see if it would give me radar and exactly where the thing is, but it says not behind total cover, which I'm
Well, but this
guessing
I
invisibility
would
is.
not classify this as total cover.
Huh?
Well, okay. Well, hang on.
Well, okay.
Total cover.
So yeah,
See, this is
detect
where
good
some of the
and evil.
terminology gets a little bit messy because invisible counts as heavily obscured, but total
Ah.
cover, I feel like what
Yeah.
total cover to me makes it seem like there is something obstructing
right.
versus can't see it like because it's dark, for example.
Hmm.
Like if it was dark and heavily obscured, I would think that that should still work, right?
Hmm.
That would be my thinking, is that the if you yeah, so I'm going to rule that you think it will work. Like it's if it's as long
Yeah.
as there's line of sight, even if it's visible, invisible. I'll rule that's how I.
So I'd like to use my divine sense, which is an action,
Hmm.
to try to see it.
Okay. Yeah, you
Um,
sense that it has moved 30 feet, like away from you guys.
Okay, so it says within 60 feet.
Yeah, so it was kind of here-ish, and then it has moved 30 feet further away. So I would
Okay,
say
too far.
you will be able to follow it this way, but not necessarily. Like how long does your divine sense last? Is it an action to use it, and then it's basically for that turn, or does it stay up like a concentration spell?
It's definitely not concentration. It literally does not say. It just says, as an action, you can detect it. So I guess you get like a blip. Womp.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so I'll say essentially this this is Hunt for Red October. It's one ping
Right.
only.
One thing only. Cool.
All right.
So I'll say, I can track it, but it's too far currently to attack.
All right. Are your rhinos just hanging out? Amethyst?
Yeah, I'm gonna, instead of having them hold gore, I'm gonna have them hold charge though. So if something appears,
Well, unfortunately,
within 20
held
feet-
action can't include movement.
Oh,
Yeah.
then we'll keep the gore action held.
You
Yay.
can have them you could have them move in that direction that Archie just pointed.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Penelope Bean, go that way.
How far can they move? What's their
They are. I think they're. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look. 40 feet.
Okay. I'm going to, because we're kind of moving off the edge of the map this way, I'm literally just going to shift everybody
Cool.
this way.
It's a good old cheap animation standard.
Yeah.
Move the background.
Yeah. So we'll say that the rhinos have kind of moved in approximately the direction that that Archie said that it had gone.
Cool. Sounds good.
They don't bump into it or anything. Okay.
Although I guess could they do a perception? I didn't think to ask if they could.
yeah.
See if
Especially
they could
since
see
they're
'em.
going up close to. No advantage or anything, but they can roll.
Right. 1, no. 9, no.
I mean, they would still have to beat a 29, so.
I know. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah. Noted.
All right. Okay, Alaric, it is your turn.
Okay, I blind load my crossbow
Yeah.
and just sort of swear and fire anyway.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter. It's disadvantaged with 3 different things, so it can't get any
Nice.
worse. Because I'm blinded, it's out of
Yeah.
range, and it's invisible.
I'm gonna have you.
Oh God, the rhinos, man, the
I
rhinos.
know. Well, I was
Roll a
thinking about that,
D20.
but they're summoned.
Roll a d20.
They're summoned.
13.
Life is life, man.
13. You are
10
lucky
minutes.
enough that you don't hit any of your friends.
Well, that's good.
All right.
Whew!
Oh, is that my
Yay!
attack roll?
Look
Well.
at bastard.
Well, I'm just saying that like you
So it
had
just goes off wild. if we
like
say.
yeah. Not only is it invisible, not only is it farther away, not only would you not have it's being super stealthy, but you're also blind.
Yes.
That was like a random, like, did you even fire in approximately the right direction?
Okay,
If
all right.
you had rolled really low, I would have said you maybe hit someone else.
I would have laughed if it was a natural 20.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have let you hit with a natural 20, but anyway. Okay, it is this thing's turn again. And let's see.
Does it have to re-roll its stealth every turn like that?
What I've been doing is that it turns back invisible as a bonus action so it can become invisible as a bonus action just over and over. And so what I've been doing is when it's moving while invisible, I have it make a roll a stealth check. So I am rolling for each turn, so it might not be as high as 29 every time.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't want it getting away.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I think it's. Yeah, let's see. It's still. I think one of your rhinos is getting a crossbow bolt to the face. With a 19,
Rude.
I'm pretty sure that hits. number one
Armor
here.
class. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not 19.
Yeah. Yeah. Armor class is like 11 or something.
Okay, so that's
You just like to say it that way.
that's
To the face.
19. Well, it's looking at him. She's shooting at the point that's pointed towards him.
Right.
So that's I think I just said 19 piercing damage, and it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
20. Not natural.
That is a success on the saving throw, so it's going to take half of this acid damage.
Aw.
Let's see. It's going to take 8 acid damage as you guys watch this crossbow bolt, strike it and sort of explode and bubble into this little like sizzling liquid.
Which one was it? Which one was it that was blinded? Is it the same one?
Oh yeah, it was. So
Aw.
technically it would have been, I'm going to roll with an advantage just because it might have been a crit. No, it was not a crit, so.
Thank God, me and my big mouth. Sorry, Penelope.
Yeah,
Acid.
how much, so that was 19 plus 8, so 27 total damage.
Oof. Okay, she's good for another couple.
All right. And so it appeared as it fired the crossbow bolt, but now turns invisible again.
That's just rude. Bean wants revenge for Penelope.
All right. That brings us up to, I think, Doak is maybe running kind of further up here and just saying, "Where is it? Where is it running away? What's happening?" Nira, make a perception check from up in the clouds.
Come back, dice. 18.
Okay. You don't see it, but you do see something moving through the grass. You see that basically you see the grass like coming from the other direction. Something is moving through the grass, but it's not tall enough to like peek out of the top.
Is that on the map somewhere where?
It's basically, it's coming your direction. It's essentially like, approximately where Archie said it was going. It's like it's on the other side of that, like heading towards you guys.
Um. Hmm. Oh, I don't like. You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna come down with the lightning. Whatever.
On what this thing was?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the mystery,
Well,
possibly, friend.
That'll teach me to roll things ahead of time. Okay.
I hope it's not Mugen.
Okay. So what happens here then is okay. The thing makes its dexterity saving throw. And what? So you land in this bolt of lightning. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Of course, it's high. 17, 21. 21.
Okay. So it's going to take 10. But basically, as you land next to this thing, and the the shockwave of it blasts this thing back and spreads the grass out, around you. You briefly catch a glimpse in midair, doing a backflip with this shockwave, is a goblin wearing gleaming silver plate armor and carrying a bright white greatsword as long as it is, does a backflip over and then lands back into the tall grass and out of sight.
The fuck?
The heck was that?
That was your
another
action
mercenary.
to do the lightning. Are you doing anything else?
Being really confused. Hello? Sorry, you okay? And I can say it in Goblin too. I think, no, not... Can I speak Goblin? I think I can speak Goblin. Yes, I can!
All right. do you say it in Goblin?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it in Goblin.
Sorry. So it is actually this thing's turn next. So what happens is you see him rush past you. You get another glimpse as he's going past you, trying to continue the direction that he was going, and he looks up at you and just says, "Think nothing of it, fair maiden. The heat of battle and all can confuse us, even the best of us." And then he rushes past and he makes his attack roll against this thing because he can apparently tell where it is.
Wow.
And yes. All right, and he hits.
I love your voices, Christiana.
So let me get my little token here. So the rest of you see this now that the thing reappears as this tiny figure in a silver breastplate jumps out of the tall grass with this huge, long, just gleaming, brilliant white light greatsword, and strikes down at it, and it hit because I rolled that already, and it does.
What's going on? Did I hit it?
Let's see. 10 plus. Yeah. So, you see, he drives this greatsword straight into its back and out through the front of its chest. And as it sort of drops down to one knee, he's like standing up on its back, and he's saying, "Everyone, get back! Get back!" And this thing's about to start dissolving, but then you see it's bubbling up all over and starting to tremble, and it is going to explode.
Whoa.
Get back from what? What are you talking about?
Where am I on this map? I can't tell.
Yeah, so, well, you are,
Way far that way.
You're Cloud Nero.
I'm ground
she
narrow.
drops down out. We'll say you're
Ground
here.
Nero.
We'll say you're right here for now. For this purpose, we're slightly in cinematic mode here. So, first of all, this little guy gets to make his Dexterity saving throw. He's okay. Gets a natural 20 with a plus 10.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so he even still yeah, so I think we're in cinematic mode. The rhinos weren't near it, so you guys just see from a distance that this little goblin pulls the sword out, leaps away from this thing, and it's sort of silhouetted as the explosion, and it's totally like the slow motion. He's like jumping, and he does the little three-point landing with this thing exploding, and he still does take. Let's see. 6 fire damage and 4 thunder damage. And he's knocked back. And then you see that this thing has been essentially exploded, and what remains is now dissolving into the little goo.
And what was that? Is there another thing? There's another thing, isn't there? Just point me at it.
And he's still there. He's kind of just breathing hard. He's got the sword up. So he's like in the 3-point landing, but this sword, which would be like a long sword for any of you, is like, it's like taller than him. Like with the tip on the ground, like he could stand up and the handle would be over his head. He's there for a second. I believe that is all the fiends in the area. My apologies, good people. I have been tracking this fiend for several days. I had hoped to intercept it before it could do any damage. Are any of you hurt?
Am I still blinded?
No, you can see now. That was just one round.
Oh.
Not especially.
Who are you?
Yes, introductions are important. I am Sir Whirlplix.
Say that one more time.
Yes, I am Sir Whirlplix. And he does like sort of a clumsy bow. Like he's definitely like into it. He's taking the bow very seriously, but it's also he's not trained in it or anything.
Well, thank you, Sir Whirlpix.
Whirlplix. But
Whirlplix.
Yes, I understand. Goblin names can be difficult if you're not accustomed to them, so I take no offense.
I will endeavor to do better. You came at a good time.
Yes. That thing was a very dangerous creature, as I'm sure you discovered. I'm not sure what its business was here, but I knew it couldn't be good. And so my celestial patrons have tasked me with protecting the weak from evil in this region. And once I detected such a foul creature in the area, I knew it had to be stopped. And I am only sorry that I was unable to do so before it attacked you.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say weak. It caught us off guard. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant no offense. I did not mean to imply weak. It's more a matter of it's my code. It's what I'm. I think it's really a calling thing. I didn't really mean to imply that you were weak. Obviously, you damaged it a great deal before I showed up, and you loosened him up for me, really.
And I think our Alark will stand up a little bit taller, even though he's beat to shit.
Still blinking from being blinded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where did you come from?
Just now, you mean, or?
Well, I mean, you said you've been tracking it for a few days.
Yes.
Where?
From the south.
Who are your celestial patrons, I think you called them? Celestial...
Yes. Yes. The spirits of good and light and law that have appeared to us and shown us the way.
Do they have names?
Well, there are many of them. They don't all... I refer to them collectively because there are many.
So where are you from, specifically? In
Well,
the south.
It's a goblin village to the south. I could give you the name, but do you know the goblin villages to the south?
Not yet. But if you
Not
told
yet.
us, we'd know one.
Well, I come from the village of Grindlepot.
You said us. Are there more of you out here?
Well, not in this immediate area. I had been following this foul beast, this creature. Once it appeared nearby, I felt it was my holy duty to see that it was destroyed. And now, I must say, having done so, it's very satisfying.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I am sorry about the lightning. I didn't mean to hit you. It was just.
Oh, I understand. I understand. It is. I did not announce my presence to you because I had hoped to sneak up on the creature itself. So I understand in the heat of battle, it's easy for anyone to make a mistake, and I hold no ill will against you, my lady. He kind of bows again.
Wow.
Resisting the urge to curtsy. Like, what the?
Maybe you can travel with us on the road to make sure no more of those things are kind of pop out of anywhere.
I would be most happy to escort you to wherever you are traveling. Where is that, may I ask?
Generally, the other end of the road.
Do we?
Ushbithra is the town.
Poetry.
Right?
I like that. Uthbishtra. Well, okay. I would be happy to escort you to the outskirts of Ushbithra.
I think that seems reasonable.
My only concern is that in the past, goblins have not been so enlightened as we are now, and many of the citizens of that city would not understand and would judge me most harshly, which I do not hold against them, but in an effort to maintain the peace and avoid an unnecessary confrontation, I do not wish to enter the city limits of the town.
It's fair.
Civil of you, really. You're kind of unlike most of the goblins I've met, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Well, it's true. It's true. Goblins, left to our own, without the guidance of the celestial spirits, have frequently fallen into all sorts of bad doings, malicious activities. It's really quite awful and sad. But now, shown the light, we are turning our lives around and committing ourselves to the good of all creatures and all spirits and maintaining harmony within the land.
Something about this
That's
sounds way too good to be true.
Right. Thank
You can
you.
make an insight check if you want.
yeah. I was
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Well, that is a 21.
He means it.
Oh, I got a question. Did that thing's crossbow and dagger happen to fall anywhere nearby?
You guys can go and check.
Oh, yeah.
As you go and inspect the remains, you find that there is nothing left but just the goo.
Damn.
I'm gonna go check on my
He
rhinos.
says, it is the way of fiends. They have their special weapons, and now this one has been dispatched back to the Nine Hells. You can only truly destroy a fiend within its home plane, you know.
Wait, so I mean it's coming back?
Well, probably not right away.
What are these things again?
You know.
Can I get a look at Amethyst's arm?
So I think, if you take a look at Amethyst's arm, what you see is that marked on her skin where the bolt struck her, almost like a tattoo, is just a strange little, magic sigil.
I want to cast Dispel Magic on that thing.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Hold, just hold on to some.
All right.
There, bite down on the stick.
Make an
Oh,
Arcana
Lord.
check.
Okay. That is a 15.
You feel it resist at first as you're attempting to dispel the magic, but then it burns away and the mark fades.
Yeah, kind of glad I did that. Anybody else get tagged with one of those things?
Sir Wordleplex. Is that something that's normal?
What? The mark?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, but I've also never encountered one of these particular creatures in my personal experience.
Oh.
However, it did seem to be tracking someone or something. It attacked you and had not attacked anything else on its journey. Do you perhaps have any reason that fiends of this type would be pursuing you?
I'm gonna point at Archie.
I'm certainly not a fan of fiends nor devils, you know.
Well, I would hope not. They're really awful.
I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't encounter something else that was looking for us. So maybe we should find another location to be at right in this moment.
Yeah, we have taken some actions that may have endangered certain evil factions.
There are some folks that are kind of possibly looking for us.
Selling up things!
Well, so I think, yeah, he kind of says, well, if you have done something to make yourself the enemy of fiends, then I consider you in the good book. And he kind of does his bow again. As you guys are looking at him, like, first of all, Archie, a paladin knows a paladin, right? Mm-hmm. You get a sense that this guy has just this aura of him, you know, that you can just kind of feel, and it's not like it interferes with your own aura or anything. Right. You can just you can sense a similar sort of, feeling of the air around him. And again, like, the armor he's wearing is it's a silver breastplate, but goblin sized, and you wouldn't be surprised if it fits perfectly, and it's just gleaming like, dings, like glints in sunlight. And the sword is amazing. I mean, if you wanted to just try to imagine the kind of sword that an archangel would wield into battle, that's the sword that this thing has. It's clearly magical, doesn't have a speck of any kind of dirt on it. It's almost like it glows from inside.
Wow.
Well, should we start walking? Because
do we know where we want to go? Because I have a fun way to travel that we haven't done yet.
Well, you guys were only 2 hours away by the road from the town. But whatever you want to do.
Well, stopping in the town, though, right?
Well, it depends on where you want to go.
Yeah, that's what I don't have any idea where we're going at this point.
I think we're going back to Carrot and Stick, aren't we?
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell him that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we can be talking in Cobalt, can't we? That's what did I say? Cobalt, sorry.
Because he loves
it starts with a K. Yeah,
Cloak and Doke as well.
Doke had taken a little bit of damage, but then was healed by Amethyst's spell earlier, so he's fine. Deke didn't take any damage.
That battle axe looks good in your hands. Been a while?
He kind of hefts it and just says, I used to maul, but a lot of the techniques are similar.
Yeah, well, pointy end goes towards the enemy as opposed to flat end, I suppose.
Yeah, but heavy, swing it with two hands, works the same.
Yeah, I never quite get into the two-handed thing. Kind of rub the shoulder where the arm used to not actually work.
He I think he looks at it thoughtfully and just says, never killed anything that turned into black goo, though, so he kind of points in. His non-magical battle axe has remnants of this devil goop all over it, unlike, Wordleplex's gleaming armor and sword. And he kind of just says, I'm not sure just water's going to take this off.
Let me give it a try, and I'll use prestidigitation.
That'll do it. Wow, that's a neat trick.
I got a few tricks. It's about all I got left of me, but I got a few.
And I think Wordleplex will kind of just take a look around, and he sees Arwen kind of huddling around behind your leg, Amethyst, and just says, "Oh my goodness, what an adorable creature!" And he just kneels down and kind of coos at it, and Arwen just goes right up to him and just like nuzzles.
Well,
Okay.
I think that's a judge.
Cool.
Wow.
And
They are
he
fey
kinda-
and they are keen.
he stands up and just kind of says, "So, I think you are right. It's best to not stay on the road after dark. So, shall we go? We can talk as we travel."
Yay!
Let us. Yes.
I assume that we're going to be resting at some point soon.
Yeah, I
Spell
was going
slots and
to.
stuff.
You're
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
when we
going
get
to.
to Carrot and Stick.
Yeah.
How long
in-
does it
in-
take?
Right,
Seriously, are we going to be traveling on the road, or what's the plan? Because I got a way to travel faster, and if we're going to be resting soon, I'm happy to spend the spell slot. God, slot.
Yeah. I mean, up
I'd be
to you.
safer.
Doak will point out that basically you have like 2 more hours on the road if you just go the way you were.
Yeah, but we just got attacked by an Orthon thing.
It could be more things.
So I'd kind of like to, meander away. So I'm going to cast, if everyone's willing, I'm going to cast Windwalk, which up to 10 willing creatures, we assume a gaseous form for the duration, appearing as wisps of cloud. We have a flying speed of 300 feet, resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. But the only form we can take is dash or to return to normal form. Reverting takes 1 minute. You're incapacitated for that minute and can't move. You can revert to cloud form. The duration is 8 hours, and that requires
What level?
1 minute.
So do you have?
It's a level 6.
Didn't you use your mass cure wounds already? Or is that?
That's level 5.
Level 5. Okay. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
good then. Okay.
Let me double
Yeah. So
check.
if
Yeah,
everybody's on board, yeah, basically, you can all sort of transform into sort of cloud versions of yourself and just soar through the
Nice.
sky. And
Well, I was kind of doing that anyway a little bit, so you know what?
Right.
Have at it.
This is going to be weird.
yeah. So
I would ask if anybody else is still injured because I can do the lay on hands.
Oh,
check
yeah.
and
Quite
I'll
injured.
Give myself a little juice, top off. And
Penelope is, but I'll just let them go. I won't actually.
So Wordleplex actually goes to you and just says, "I too have the gift of laying on hands, but it would be my honor to accept some healing from a worthy warrior such as yourself."
certainly. It's well met, sir. And I'll kind of do like a forearm lock.
All right. Yeah.
And
He's little, like he's only like two
Oh, right.
feet tall. So, but
Little.
yeah.
So, in Quotoan, I would like to tell my companions that just a reminder, Fae are the ones that are after us, so maybe let's keep things on the DL just a little bit.
But he's a goblin, isn't he?
Well, regardless, we're not going to give him any details. I mean, it's kind of obvious that we're special if he's been tracking it for days and it only attacked us.
yeah.
Right, but if he's on the side of the
Hey, that's why I was asking.
but
That's why I was
Let's-
asking about the celestial thing, because we've got the Dawn Court and the Twilight Court chicks after us. So, believe me, I'm on point. But I mean,
What
to
about this-
pretend like nothing's hunting us.
this bunny corn thing is that you said something about like it was.
They are Fae. They are creatures of the Fae, I believe. Right,
No,
Christian?
it's just an animal.
It's
I
just
think
an
what
animal.
might have confused the issue is that they are an available creature that you could have a find familiar be.
Gotcha.
If you had an Almirage familiar, that would be a Fey creature. Because
Gotcha.
that's how familiars work. I don't know if that was the confusion, but yes, just a beast.
Probably, yeah.
Arwen
That's
is
probably
just an animal, not a Fey creature. Unusual animal, to be sure, but not a Fey creature. Yeah. But in any event, if you guys all accept this Windwalk spell, you become this gaseous form, and you're unable to speak with one another. You're just kind of... But you can travel at lightning speed and return, travel 10 times as fast as you otherwise would.
I mean, wind speed. Technically, Nira is the one that does the lightning speed.
Right. But in Poatoa, I would like to ask them, so I choose who I use Windwalk on. Do I use it on this new dude, or do I ditch him?
Yeah.
Do I take him with us with Windwalk, or do we ditch him? This is the time.
Okay, so there's somebody waiting for us back at Carrot and Stick also, and
We can part ways with them farther away. But I think it's a kind gesture to accept this friendship for the moment.
He's.
It's up to you guys to negotiate that stuff. I just want you to.
Him. I believe him. I don't believe he's tainted in any way.
Have we run any investigations or checks on him yet?
Well, Nira did an insight
other
check.
than
Insight.
he fully believes what he is saying.
And then we have Arwen, who, like, we all kind of, I guess, believe on some level. But if he believes what he's doing is right and he's an evil mofo, then that doesn't help us.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you want to take him with, take him with. It's fine.
While you guys are talking in Quotoan, Doke is over next to Sir Wordleplix and just looking down at him and says, "Don't worry about it. They do this sometimes."
Vote.
And he just says, "It's a most fascinating language. I do wish that I understood it."
Yeah, we're assuming he doesn't. Vote.
I'm apathetic. You guys want to take him? We'll take him. So.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I
Why
say
not?
we bring him along.
Yep. So we bring him.
All right, so yeah, let's roll out. I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us first before we leave so that wherever we are ungaseous.
Right. So, technically what Windwalk allows is that each of you, for the next 8 hours, can choose to go back and forth between your gaseous form and your regular form, but it takes a full minute to change, I think.
To reconstitute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. But, so I think as you guys all turn into your cloud forms and sail off into the air in the direction of Uthbithra, I made a hard to say name. I did. I sure did.
Isn't it?
I think that's where we'll call it for today.
Yay!
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, you can go back and forth for 8 hours, and it's not concentration either. But you know, like there was a Critical Role episode where they discovered to their dismay that it's not useful for combat because you can't do anything
Right.
in that form as a move. It's
And
a travel spell, not a combat spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yay! So
This'll be
thank
fun.
you,
Flying.
thanks guys, and thank you everybody there in the chat. We had our regular crowd in there, and it was good stuff. Some fun things happened here.
Yay!
Yeah.
New friends.
Are they? Are they?
It's not like you figured out I'm evil yet. I mean,
Dun, dun,
Right.
dun.
All right, so thanks everybody, and we won't be back next week because I will be out of state
Oh.
and away from like all my gear and stuff. But I might stream something while I'm out there, but it won't be the regular show. But you know, the week after that, perhaps.
Cool.
So in the meantime, everyone, we'll be back soon for more adventure on so
So many levels.